And hello everybody. So we're back again and picking up right where we left off, trying to get the party of adventurers. I think the decision was to try to move them over to Stone Circle with the severed head that we just obtained. Okay, so the path that I wanted to kind of stick with was moving up to the East Bridge, taking the river down, and then moving up to Stone Circle. So we'll go ahead and get that started. So we're at the beginning of the map action phase. Now, I made the determination that I wanted to do a force march, which is a faster mode of travel to get us directly from the crossroads location to the East Bridge. But in order to do a force march, we need to put ourselves into a different stance than cautious, because that's where we are now. We'll actually need to put ourselves in the bold stance. Now we're able to do a force march. So what that means we can basically go from one location to the next location and bypass having to move along the road here. Or usually when you move, you go from location to the road and then from the road to the location. Well, we're bypassing that by doing a force march. Now, because we did a force march, we're going to have to take a constitution test. And if we fail that test, then we're going to become fatigued. It doesn't really say in the rules, but I think all party members have to take the Constitution test. So we'll just test each. We'll just test each one of them and see what happens. All right. So both of them right now for their Constitution, they're both at a 7. The Witch Smeller's at a 7. And the corpse burner is also at a 7 because of the fungal parasite from that head there. So they both need a 7 or less on the test, or they're going to become fatigued, which means they won't be able to force march until they rest, or they won't be able to force march again. All right, so we'll do the first test on the corpse burner. All right, so the corpse burner has failed the test, so he is now fatigued, so he's going to get that marker on him. Till recovery. So we'll put that in the recovery section of his card. The next one to take the test will be the Witch Smeller. Okay, the Witch Smeller also failed. So it looks like both of them are going to need to become, or are going to be doing some resting here soon, or they're not going to be able to do any more force marches. So we'll put those fatigued markers into their recovery space, so that's not coming off until the next time they recover. However, we did make it to the East Bridge, so we are there now. So we've done with the map action phase, and then we move into the danger phase. So we're going to draw our danger card and see what happens. Alright, so you glance over your shoulder, certain that you are being followed through your current space. Okay, so what this means is we're going to raise the danger level of our current space. Now, East Bridge here, if you notice, move my guys a little bit, that it no longer shares the space with the fields. It uses the Witch Woods for the danger level. Okay, so the Witch Woods here is going to be increased, so we're going to take that from a 4 to a 5. Because East Bridge itself doesn't have its own danger or town level, it's going to refer to the territory here. So now the territory danger level is at a 5, which is a much higher level than it was when we were at the fields. So our chances of probably drawing some encounter cards this time are much, much higher. All right, so let's see what's next on our card. All right, we have 2 numbers that we're going to be consulting. And this, I believe, is going to be an explored path or non-explored. And from where we are, I don't think it's going to be explored because the only ones we actually have done that to is the crossroads. Now, I know that all roads are considered explored paths, which is these brown ways here are not explored. You can't even force march through those until they have been explored. But I do believe that that is an explored icon, but let me check that real quick just to make sure. Alright, so yes, the icon in question is an explore icon. So the number that we're going to refer to is this one here, because I'm going to assume since we haven't actually explored that location, then that is what we're going to refer to. If you guys know that any different, let me know, but this is the number I'm going to go with. which is basically non-explored. So 3. We're looking, is the number on the card equal to or less than the value or the danger level value of the territory or the space that we're in. Now, since it's 5, that is yes, the value on the card is less than that. So what we're going to do is we're finally going to be able to consult this chart down here. Now, what this icon means draw one card from the an encounter card for the territory you're in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and draw this is all the lowlands down here, which is blue, so we're going to draw one encounter card, and we're going to do that one first. So we draw one lowlands. Let me show you guys that right here. Okay, so we're going to draw one card over here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and read it if I can get it focused here. Alright, Prevailing Gloom. Encounter, we're going to resolve this immediately. A canopy of lichen-coated tree limbs blocks most light to this area, while low fog clings to the ground, further obscuring your vision. If the party is in bold stance, monsters in this space have ambushed this turn. Well, this is really unfortunate because we have bold stance because we had to move into this, force march into the space, which put us in bold stance. So that's what sometimes being in bold stance gets you. Alright, so the monsters are going to have ambush this turn. Oh, I didn't even realize this. There might be two different things. Okay, so we'll only resolve if where we're at meets this condition. So where we are at Eastwoods, let me show you that real quick. We do have that tree symbol right here that was on our card. So we are going to be resolving this one. Now, if it didn't have that icon, we would resolve the second part down here. Okay, so now that we've looked at that, there's no other thing on the card that we're going to have to take care of. What this was telling us is that the monsters that we're going to be facing have ambush. So we're going to need to go read what ambush is real fast. So ambush is each adventurer in the monster space must make a perception test. If you fail, you become stunned until the end of the first turn. You only need to make this test once per fight, regardless of the number of monsters with ambush present and regardless of the result of the test. Ambush has no effect after the first round of fight. A monster with ambush that is summoned to the fight late does not force a test. Okay, so it looks like the very first, once we divvy out our enemies, we're going to have to go ahead and make that ambush test. Alright, so this card is pretty much done. There's nothing else that we need to resolve on it. We resolved the first part. The second part does not pertain to us, so we just need to leave that one out. Okay? Making sure that we've done everything. Okay, this is only if the party's in the cautious stance. Okay, so this is pretty much discarded. There's nothing else we need to learn from that. Now we need to go back to consult our danger card here. Now, we've already drawn our encounter card, and then we look at this next part here is to say how many adventurers that we have as to how many monsters we're going to draw for the area that we're in. We have 2 adventurers, so we're going to be drawing 3 monster cards. And this is going to be coming from the Lowlands monster cards here. I'll show you that, guys, right here. We'll be pulling from the Lowlands monsters. So 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have some interesting guys here. First we have Goat Brute, which is a berserker. Then we have Black Wizard. He has something called Rally. I think I know what that one is, and I don't like it. And Command Summon. And then we have Weird, which has Curse, Evade, and Pursue. Now, anything that's listed up here on the cards, on the top part, are called arrival abilities. So we need to resolve those first before we actually divvy those guys out. So we need to go look first at what Rally is. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I remember that one, and I don't like it a whole lot. Wherever those arrival abilities are. Alright, so Rally, if no icons are listed, draw a card from the monster's deck and add it to the fight. Establish this new monster's target and resolve each of its arrival abilities other than Rally. Ugh. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's any icons listed, so we're only going to be pulling 1 enemy from the monster deck. So we're going to be pulling another Lowlands monster for it. So this card was drawn because of the rally. So at this point, we now have 4 monster cards that we're going to have to deal with. All right, so we dealt with rally. Now we have curse. So we'll go look up curse real quick. Curse is this monster's target must make a magic test. If you fail this test, lose 1 luck and you become demoralized. Wow, that's just terrible. All right, so now that we know we have dealt with all of the arrival abilities, we need to go ahead and divvy these out to our heroes. All right, to do that, we're going to look at this icon right here, and this is going to tell us where they're going to go. All right, so this one wants to go, we'll just start with this one here. This one wants to go to the one with the highest MRL. So the MRL for our Smeller is a 9. The MRL for our Corpse Burner is an 8, so we already know this one is going to be getting the Goat Brute. So we'll put that there right beside her. The Mega Rat wants to go to the highest agility. Agility 7 for the Corpse Burner, agility 8 for the Witch Smeller. Okay, so she's got another one that's going to be targeted to her. This one wants to go to the one with the lowest magic. Okay, so the magic for this one is, that's a 6 magic because of that +1 got from the magic card here, or the fungus. So that gives me a 6, but the Witch Smeller has a magic of 7. Okay, so the weird wants to go to the lowest magic. So even though we have that +1, the weird monster is going to be going to the Corpse Burner. And last but not least is this one wants to go to the highest magic. Oh man, I don't know if I'm going to survive this fight with that many people on me. Alright, so that one's definitely going to go to the Witch Smeller here. Okay, we're going to double check everything here, make sure I don't have anything that is going to get me in trouble for putting those there. Okay, so for the curse, remember we needed to this monster target must make a magic test. If you fail the test, lose 1 luck. All right, so because this one got attached to the Corpse Burner and it has curse, which is the arrival ability, it needs to make a magic test. All right, the magic level on here is a 6, so he needs to roll a 6 or less. Okay, and unfortunately rolled an 8, so he failed the test. So since he failed it, as it says in the book, he's going to lose 1 luck. So his luck is now at 0. And he is going to become demoralized. This guy's just not having a good day at all. Alright, so demoralized is... I know I can find it somewhere in here. Alright, so demoralized is -1 MRL. And that is going to go down here into the recovery, because that's not going to come off until he's rested. Okay, so now that we've gotten all of that out of the way, the danger card has been met, or the conditions of the danger card has been met, so we can go ahead and discard that one. Okay, so here's what we're going to need to now move in and start working on is the combat round. Alright, so I've already done actually a couple of things for the combat round. First one was establish targets, okay, which is assign each monster to an adventurer. We resolved the arrival abilities. We already took care of those with the rally and the curse. Then 3 is adventurers take turns in perception order, highest to lowest. Then choosing our combat stances, declaring our actions, resolving an action. Okay? So the first thing we need to do is decide, now that we've gone 1 through 3 on everybody, the first person to take a turn, the one to take a turn is the one in perception order. So perception for our Witch Smeller is an 8, perception for our Corpse Burner is a 7, so the Witch Smeller is the one that's going to be going first. Alright, so now that we've declared that, she's going to choose a combat stance, assault or guard. Now this one is important. Remember, when you're doing an attack and choosing your assault or guard stance, as to what the one power dice that you get to roll is applied to. If you're in the assault stance, your power die can be applied to the attack. If you're in the guard stance, the power die can be applied to your defense. Okay? So for right now, I am going to decide to leave her in the assault stance. So I want my power die to be able to help me in doing the damage. Alright, so we first, we need to declare our action. We're going to attack. I just don't know which one I want to hit yet. Which one of these is... Alright, so this one has... Alright, so the ARM is the armor that they have. And when you do damage to them, the armor is subtracted from that damage, and then the remaining goes to their health. So these two have no armor and 5 life. This one has 1 armor and 6 life. He's going to be the tough one to take down. Now, as far as how much damage they do, that is their attack value here. So attack value 4 on these two guys and attack value 5 on this one. I just don't know which one I want to hit yet. So this one rallies and command summon. I guess we need to go find out what these do real quick, and then I'll just kind of decide on my target here. So be right back. So here's what we got for our abilities on our guys here. It might help me determine which one to attack. So infect is if he inflicts any wounds to me, I'm going to be infected, which means that I will not get to heal when I do my next rest action. That's okay, not too awful bad. Berserk here on this guy means he gets +2 to his attack, so he's actually attacking for 6 only on his first attack. And then after that, everything goes back to normal. This is the one that kind of scares me. Command summon. So if he is still alive at the end of the combat round, he is actually going to... let me see what the summon... If this monster is still alive at the end of the first combat round, draw a monster from the deck and add the monster to the fight. That sounds horrible, because I'm going to get yet another monster added in if I can't kill him. So I think he is going to be my target for this fight. So we're going to go ahead and go with that. And then we're going to, we're going to use the, I think it's this one here, the attack card here. I was just trying to read something on the Witch Smeller's nose. While there is a heretic or witch monster in your space, you are immune to ambush. Okay. And go ahead and make the perception test on both of them because of the encounter card that we just had at the beginning of this. Perception for the Corpse Burner is a 7. Okay, actually passed. So 4 or 5, so that's good. Now we'll roll it for the Witch Smeller. Ooh, it's not good. 11. Alright, so that means that our Witch Smeller is stunned. This is just getting worse and worse by the minute. Well, guess now it doesn't matter about the power die because I'm stunned. And, jeez, does that mean I can never use a power die? I am looking that up as we speak. I am stunned, so I cannot even roll a power dice with my Witch Smeller, which is horribly, horribly terrible. Alright, so I now think that we've got pretty much everything covered that we needed to. We've handled all the arrival abilities, and we've made sure everything's good as far as getting the enemies assigned and walking through our actual combat steps. So we've established targets, we've done the arrival abilities. Now adventurers take their turn in perception order. I was trying to look that up just a second ago. The perception order for Corpse Burner is a 7. The Witch Smeller was an 8, but since she is half blind with the -1 perception, I had to make sure to put that token there to remind myself about that. What we have here is both of our heroes have the same perception. So if they're going in perception order, it's pretty much we just determine which one we want to go first. in that regards, I'm going to go ahead and have the Witch Smeller go first, so we can try to knock some of these guys out and hopefully kill out this guy that has the command summon, because at the end of the round, he's going to be bringing another guy back on the board. So, fingers crossed, we're going to do well and hopefully take care of this guy. Alright, so now we're actually going to do the attack. I'm going to declare the target, which is our next... actually, no, sorry, we need to find out which stance that we're going to be in. Either the assault stance or the guarded stance. As nice as a guarded stance would be right now, because we'd be able to apply our power dice that we roll to our incoming damage, try to negate some of that. I probably want to stay in the assault to try to do as much damage as possible. So when we do that, when we roll our power die, if we're in the assault stance, the power die can go towards the attack. It can actually, if we roll low on the test dice for our highest die and higher on the power die, we can actually use the power die for the attack instead. Now, if we're in the guarded stance, it's the opposite of that. When we roll our defense dice, if our highest die wasn't really good enough, but our power die was a higher roll, then we take the power die instead. But I'm going to go ahead and keep myself in the assault stance and hopefully get a good attack number that we can use. Next thing we do is declare our action. We're going to be doing we're going to be attacking this guy, so we're going to be using our weighted pistol here. The stat we're going to be using is this right up here. This is it's a perception test ranged. This is going to ignore 1 armor, but if we roll 12 on the attack dice, we cannot use it again during this fight. Alright, so he doesn't have any armor, so it's not helping us there, but it is nice because we're using perception for the attack, which is better than my strength of 6, which is just the regular attack down here, and it's like pistol whipping the guy or something. So we will use perception on that. So we're looking for a 7 or less for the perception test because I'm -1 on it. Now, as far as the defense goes, we're rolling against our agility. How the attack works, or how combat works, is the attack that you're doing and the attack that the enemy is doing is happening simultaneous. So you basically roll all of your dice at the same time, and then you take the result of that. So we'll go ahead and do that. So the green dice are going to be for the defense test. The orange dice are for my combat test. And the power die is going to be applied to the combat since we are in the assault stance. So we are attacking the black wizard, so we're going to go ahead and roll everything here and see how we do. Alright. Okay, so this is good because we rolled a 2, so we're definitely successful for our perception test, which is what the weighted pistol is using. And here's a perfect example of the power die. Alright, so since my attack was successful with the double 1s, we take the highest die for our damage, which is a number 1. That is absolutely nothing to do damage to this guy because he has a health of 5. Alright, but that's where the power dice kicks in. As you can see, we rolled a 6, and since we're in the assault stance here, I can use the power die for my damage instead of the highest die roll of my test. You know what, guys? I just remembered something on this fight. God, there's a lot to this game. I will tell you that right now. There's quite a bit here. So, here's what I forgot. I could not have used a power die on my turn. So, we're going to rewind this a little bit. Number 1, I take back the luck. Black Wizard stays because, remember, on my test, I only rolled 2 1s. So that would have only been 1 damage coming into him. Alright, so if that's the case, what I need to do is instead of just damaging him for 1, I need to spend 1 luck, bringing me down to 0, to re-roll one of those dice. So I'm going to re-roll this one here. That's lame. I got a 2, so which means I've only damaged him for 2 points of damage. Alright, this is not looking good for the Witch Smeller, nor does it look good for my retention skills on how to play this game. Alright, so since this one was in here at the end of the round, we would have done a command summon. So what it's going to do is it's going to be bringing in another creature to the fight. So we draw a Lowlands monster. And this is what we have. We have Verminous Guard. And he is going to go to the one with the highest constitution. That looks to be, that's a 7 here. Actually 7 on both of them because this one has poison. So that brought its constitution from 8 to a 7. So it's anyone's guess as to where he's going to go. That would have happened at the end of my fight. So what I would opt to do is probably put this one here, since I actually have a choice, with this guy. Alright, he has no arrival abilities that we need to take care of. He is Horde Vermin, and I think that means if he's got any other vermin on the board, then he is going to attack more, which we do have a Mega Rat Filth Vermin on here. So let me go look up Vermin real quick. Okay, so yes, this one does have a +1 attack because of the Mega Rat down here, which is also a Vermin. So yes, he's attacking for 5. This one attacks for 3. Now we are still targeting this one. Now that we've kind of resolved that part, took back my kill. Can't use that anyway. That was kind of a wash. Alright, so that one's all done. Now we're moving back to this one. We're in the assault stance. The power die is going to be given to our attack, our defense here. So we're going to go ahead and roll that whilst attacking this weird creature here. So here's our tests. Okay, I think we're doing good. I definitely passed the strength test, which was my weapon here. My strength is 8. Rolled a double 2s, but the power die is going to be my damage because of the stance I'm in. So that's 6 damage, so he is out of the fight. However, let's see, my agility is 7. I did pass because I rolled 7. I can block 5, I can block a total of 5 incoming damage from each creature. This one does 5 because of the Horde. So I block all that, and this one only does 3, and I definitely block it. Now he is dead, so he's going to go off to the side pile here as my trophy. I do have, when you win a fight, if you destroyed any undead, make a morale test and gain 1 luck. Well, there is no undead. This is just a weird creature. So that's all that he can do. There's no lasting effects or end of the round effects that I have to worry about with him. So now the round of combat starts over again, and we'll probably start with the Witch Smeller here to see if we can try to knock some of this stuff off, or probably knock this guy down a little further than he is. So now we go to choose our combat stance. Probably I'm going to opt to stay in the assault stance. I have still a lot of health, somewhat, to be able to do this. I don't have any luck, so I can't re-roll anything, so it's kind of important that I try to knock some of these guys out. So I'll do that. I'll risk it, stay in the assault stance. I'm going to be targeting the Black Wizard. I cannot use a power die, so I'm just not even going to roll that one and confuse myself again. Alright, so we'll go ahead and roll our tests. Oh, not good at all. My attack my attack was successful. I do 2 damage. Another 2 damage to that one makes it 4 damage total. Alright, so that's done. Now I failed my defense, which that's very, very unfortunate because that means I'm going to be taking in max damage from all of these guys. Alright, so we have 4, 9, 13. Well, that's pretty much dead right there. Shoot. All right. Well, I think I'm dead. Let's go through that real quick. That's all my damage all the way up to, yeah, let's see, 9, 13. So definitely here. So we'll go read those rules real quick about death. So she's dead. There's nothing I can do with her. I can't even get her to the Witch Smeller. I can't even get her to a map action phase because, as it states in the book, that if an adventurer dies in the fight, they are killed. Each adventurer that was defeated is killed and removed from the game. If we're killed, discard skills and items. I don't have any items, or the Witch Smeller did not have any items. She shattered just her 2 weaknesses. Her skill is going to be discarded, so this skill is going to go back excuse me, into the skill pile, I guess, so other people can have a chance to grab it. Then these 2 items here, they're gonna be thrown back into the loot pile. I guess shuffled in. I can do that here in a minute. There's nothing else that we need to resolve. I do have. She was the first one to act in this round, so the corpse burner still needs to act. So he only is engaged with 1 right now. The other enemies will move to him, but they won't do that until the beginning of the combat round next time. So that they're going to stay where they are now. We're going to move to the corpse burner, try to see if we can take out this vermis guard here. Hopefully not die horribly and embarrassingly like the Witch Smeller has. So for his fight, I'm going to keep him in the assault stance. I'm not too concerned about taking any damage from this. I just want to go ahead and try to get rid of this. I'd like to see possibly even trying to escape once we get engaged with all those, because I'm not sure I'll be able to take those out. And then maybe carry on and try to pick up a new adventure. So in the assault phase, we're going to roll our dice for our tests and see how we do. Alright, we got an 8 for our strength test, which is what we're doing the attack. So our strength is an 8. So we did pass that. Our power die roll was a 5. Doesn't really change anything because the highest die we had on our test was a 5. The agility test for the defense was a 6, so that did pass. So we'll do ahead. The damage I did was 5. That was enough to kill him. This one only has 4 health on him. And he only hits for 5 as well because of the other vermin, the mega rat here, that's in the same space because of the horde attribute. So he hits for 5, but I was able to block it. So this one is now one of my trophies. So we'll add that to this pile here. We're finished there, but what we're going to do is circle back around to combat, or the combat round again. So now we're in the established targets phase. So that means all of these guys have a new target to go to. Alright, so now that we've established targets, there is nothing else we need to do. We just need to choose our combat stance. Now, what I should have done last time with the Witch Smeller is said, maybe I can't take all that damage from them, so I'm going to go on the defensive. I'm going to change myself from the assault to the guard stance, and this is where the power die is going to come in handy, and we'll see that here in just a minute. So, the first thing I'm going to do is declare my target. We will go for the Black Wizard, and we're going to roll our dice here. We're still using our shovel, so we're going to go ahead and roll and see what we get. Alright, we did good. We did real good. We got a 8 on our strength, so we did pass the test, and we passed it very nicely because I got a 6 on that. We passed the agility test with a 6, and our power die was a 5, but we don't need to use that because we did roll successfully on the test. So, what we need to determine first is I did 6 damage to my target. He only had 5 life, I only needed to wound him for 1, so this one is gone. But we need to make sure to tally up all the damage. So I did block 5 damage, a total of 5 damage from each coming in. This one is 4, so we blocked that one. This one is only 5, and this one is 4. So we did block all the damage from the incoming creatures, and this one is dead since it was my target, so we'll add that to the trophies. And then we swing back around to another combat round. Let's see, my health, I can take a lot more than what these can dish out if I fail the agility test, so it might be beneficial for me to go back on the assault to see what I could do here. I'd like to declare this one as my target. I will put myself in the assault stance. I guess I'm feeling really lucky. And we'll roll it. Okay, so I failed the agility test. I don't have any luck, so I can't re-roll that, unfortunately. But I did pass the... No, I didn't. I didn't pass anything. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's a 9. I didn't pass. Didn't pass. So, didn't do any damage to it. I failed my test, so I'm going to be taking 9 damage. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. Okay. I thought that was going to go a lot better than it did. With that, I'm going to put myself in the guard stance. I feel like I have a chance to take care of these guys. Because if I die, I lose I lose the game if I die. I could try to run away. But I'm just feeling very gambly right now. So, put myself in the guard stance. So, let's go ahead and go back and do another round of combat. Okay. Better. Much better. So, we passed our strength test. But, since our power die is going to the defense, I only did 3 damage. So, this one has 3 damage on it. This one was my target. I don't know if I declared that, but that was the same one I was hitting from last time. I did pass the... Oops, that was a 3 and 3. I did pass the agility for my defense. My power die, since we're on the defensive, is a 5. So we're using that to block the damage. And they only do 5 and 4, so I did block all the damage coming in. Alright, so we'll continue on that path, staying in the guard stance, and do another round. Okay, did pass on the strength, passed on the agility, and let's see, I could do 3 damage. I will do 3 damage to this one, still the one I'm targeted with. He only needed 2 more damage to die, so this one is dead. Now I was able to block 4 damage from everything. This one did 5, this one did 4, so I only take 1 point of damage. Alright, and this one is out of the game, or in my trophies. And let's see, this one's going to be hard to hit. He hits for 4, but if I take full damage, 1, 2, 3, I'm out. I'm going to stay in the guard stance, hoping for some good results from this brute here. Alright. Not great. I passed the strength test. I did 2 damage on him. He does have 1 armor, so that means I only did 1 damage. I passed my agility test. So 4 doesn't really matter. It's all he does is 4 damage, so I took no damage for that. And we'll roll again. Okay, passed on the strength test, but I can only do 1 point of damage. He has 1 armor. Passed on my agility test for 5 blocks, so we get no damage. Okay, roll again. Okay, failed on the attack, so I don't do any damage because I rolled an 11. I did roll successfully on my agility, so I block 4 damage, and so he still does nothing. So we're going to roll again. Ouch. This one might hurt. Alright, so the agility test was a complete failure. I did pass on my strength test. I rolled highest of a 4, so that means I did 3 points of damage to him because he blocked one of them. So that's 4 damage I've done to him. I only need to do 2 more damage. I failed on my agility test, but since I'm in the guarded stance, I can use the power die to block one. I can use it to block damage from one creature. So we'll be blocking it from this one. It's the only one on the board. I'm only blocking 2 out of the 4 points. So 1, 2. It brings me to a 15. Oh my god. I could lose it right here, and you know, you guys are gonna say you're the dumbest player in the world if you keep going and try not to escape, but man, I've put so much time into it. I can't not, you know? I just can't not. I'm gonna stay in the guarded stance and I'm gonna re-roll. Okay, I think I just lost. Oh my god. Oh my god. I rolled an 8 on the agility, which means a fail. I've logged 1 damage from his 3, but yeah, I'm dead. I died. Okay. Dang it. I thought I had it. Oh my god. I did 2 damage to him, but it only 1 comes through, so he still has more life. Crap. Alright, so I've lost. I lost my Witch Smeller. I lost my Corpse Burner. Embarrassingly enough, that was the first fight of the game. I wish it would have gone a little better for me, but we didn't make it too far. Looks like we only made it to East Bridge. Maybe when I play this again, I will be playing it again. I'll have to do a re-roll video. It's usually the ones I do. The first video out the gate when I do run-throughs, win or lose, I post it. Then I will do more run-throughs of the game or of this particular campaign mission, and I'll only the subsequent one I post will be the win video. So there might be 3 or 4 other video attempts where I didn't make it. Those will be like, I'll post those up as like speed videos, just as some unlisted links, and I'll put them in the description of the reroll video. So, yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I know it wasn't a very long mission. I know did a lot of talking and trying to figure stuff out, but I hope that it shows you guys how to play at least the first part of the game so you can kind of get in there and start getting that taken care of. Hopefully, I will have the next mission, or not the next mission, but the re-roll of this mission out within about a week or so after posting this one. That's the plan anyway, so look out for that. If you have any questions, post them up in the comments section. Please let me know. I'll try to get those answered as soon as I can, and I'll do my best to try to address any mistakes that I've made too in the comment section or even the description of the video. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.